my man Will's Lawn Service, to interview him, get to know the pro, and see a little bit about what makes Will tick and things that maybe some of us don't know. I'm excited because Will and I have known each other for about a year now, as far as like really interacting with each other, and we've been hanging out, getting together for breakfast sometimes or for lunch over the summer whenever he's in my area, and we just talk and hang out. He's always got good stories to tell, and he's very knowledgeable for a young guy such as himself. He's got a lot of experience, he's got a lot of knowledge from a mechanical standpoint. He's always got a lot of equipment. I always get excited to see him because he always seems to have something new every time I see him, so we'll see what he's got this time. So this actually won't be the first time that Will has been in one of my videos. The first time I met Will, actually, he had a job down the street from me and he recognized my truck and trailer from my videos, and then he stopped by to say what's up, and I happened to be recording a video at the time, so he got a cameo. What's your favorite brand mower?
Personally, especially for the grasses in our area and sort of a lot of the conditions that we deal with, I really like Skag, mainly for the mowing decks. As you can tell, I don't currently own one, but I have used them before. The mowing decks are just, I've noticed, especially compared to my Toro, comparing that to a Skag Cheetah. The Skag Cheetah, I've noticed, processes wet grass a lot better, it discharges a lot better. It cuts a lot cleaner, in my opinion. So, I mean, it's a matter of personal preference for everybody, but just from what I've seen, Skag is definitely one of my favorites. So
nice. What's up? So what service? Tell me about, first of all, tell me about this dump trailer, man. Holy cow, look at this. Functional, man. Look at this thing. I mean, it's more than I got. It's more than a lot of guys got. This thing's a beast.
When you do as much leaves as we do, especially in this area, because as you can tell, there's mostly oak trees everywhere. We lost 4 oak trees at our house last year, but or 2 years ago. But
yeah, man, a lot of leaves around here. So
exactly.
You got a lot of easy leaf cleanup. Do you do a lot of stuff like around the neighborhood?
I've got quite a bit around the neighborhood. I have people that'll blow it to the street, and we come suck it up with a dump trailer. It's a 16-horse billy goat on the front there, and we just blow everything down to the curb, and it sucks it up, shreds it, and puts it in the trailer, and I go dump it actually at a friend of mine's house, so I don't have to pay to dump, so that's a nice thing. Otherwise, yeah. There's a local mulch place. I get all the mulch and stuff that we use. It's $25 a trailer load, so it's nothing too crazy expensive.
But hey, it's all about whatever profit
you can save.
Yeah, whatever you can save. You got 2 trucks, I see you.
Yeah.
What is your deal with trucks? Like, do you have a favorite type of truck? Are you like a huge fan of trucks? When I came here, there's trucks everywhere. This neighborhood seems like it's like,
well, we have a diesel mechanic that lives at the other end of the neighborhood
with that giant truck with the huge
mud
tires.
Just just take a clip of it as you drive by.
Yeah, I did on the way.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me. No, I mean, I've got the Toyota that used to be. I know if you follow my channel, you saw it for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then I just bought that. The F350, when was it? Back in, I think it was the end of June, beginning of July. I think it was more so the end of June. I've fallen in love with that truck. The truck back there basically sits, and I use it to go to the dump just to drive it every once in a while. That's got the, it's a 2013 F350 it's a Lariat package. It's got the 6.7 power stroke diesel motor in it. After having that and owning it, if I ever buy another truck, I can pretty much guarantee you I won't own another gas truck, I guess, of that size, whether it be a 3/4 ton or a 1 ton like that one.
Really?
Work truck wise, I just, with the stuff that I pull and use it for, I can't say that I would ever own another gas truck. There's nothing wrong with gas trucks. I drive one every day as sort of a daily driver aside from being a work vehicle. But I really like the 6.7 power stroke motor. I know they have a pretty good reputation. They had a couple iffy years, but the 6.7 I've had nothing but good luck with.
Do you have a favorite brand? Like, because I know you have a Toyota over here, and then you got the the Ford behind us.
I do kind of have a bias to Fords. I'm just gonna
Really?
say that much. Yeah.
So why'd you have the Toyota? Because that was a good deal at the time or something?
It was my dad's truck.
Ah.
He bought it new, and then gave it to me when I got my license, because I was sort of starting out. That was when I had bought that little trailer there and had a riding mower and a 36-inch walk behind back when it all started.
Nice.
And yeah, pretty much built from there, and finally worked my way up to buying that truck. I had an old 7x16 enclosed that got pulled behind that for quite a while for doing mowing, and then stuff happened and ended up buying that trailer. And then I knew it was probably going to be too much for that truck, so I kind of worked with that 12-foot and came across a deal on my 16-foot open trailer and used that for a little while until I found the big truck there and moved everything back into this trailer, the enclosed trailer, just to keep it dry and out of the weather. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, especially for that being a Ford, I have a preference to Fords. Everybody has their own preference. I'm not hating on one brand or another.
Yeah. No,
So.
I hear you. This is a pretty sweet setup you have, though. I mean, you got all every space for everything. Your trailer, you back it right in here. You don't have to worry about all that stuff. Yeah, space. I mean, not everyone, like I know me, I live in an HOA, so I can't do this. I mean, I would love to have like a shed, and be able to just back my trailer in here and not have to worry about it. Been in business for what, about 5 years now? You've been mowing lawns?
Thereabouts.
Thereabouts?
Since I had my learner's permit and I'm 20, so yeah, right about 5 years.
So tell me how did that start? Like, what made you get into it?
Okay, so this is gonna sound really stupid, but
You just needed some money for the weekends?
No, not that. I love lawnmowers. Ever since I was born, I went through one of the little plastic toy lawnmowers every year. Every time my dad would come out here and cut grass, I'd be out there following him
Nice.
with the plastic lawnmower. I'd go through one every year.
Nice.
And I was told that when I was in, like, I don't even know, 1 or 2 years old, I would not go to sleep at night until my dad went in the garage and got the plastic lawnmower and brought it upstairs with me. And my bedtime stories was looking at lawnmower magazines. They weren't even books. It was just looking at the magazines.
Man, it's in your blood,
I
man.
guess.
You were born for this.
I guess.
Well, I mean,
I took something that I liked and
yeah,
made it happen.
And you're going to town on it, man. I mean, you're going strong. I mean, I know, like, every time we meet up for lunch or breakfast or whatever, you're always like showing me something new that you got. Can't wait to like see the new piece of equipment you have or new
look,
machine
here's what
or
I'm
something.
getting.
But I mean, you're obviously like you're getting it
Good
done.
for myself.
You're building your business, and you're
20 years old.
There's not a lot of kids out there. I mean, there's more and more now,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
especially with social media and all of us connecting like this and kind of inspiring
I think
others
all
and
the
giving
kids
tips
are
and
kind of
tricks.
seeing, oh, maybe I can do this.
Yeah.
Seeing some of the younger guys.
Yeah, so we're the early influencers to help kind of get everyone else on board, whether it's mowing lawns or construction or laying down patios or whatever it is. I mean, anybody, the sky's the limit. Now is the time that you can really, entrepreneurship seems to be the thing,
I know my senior year I got out early, and then every year before then our schools let out at 3:30, so you'd have 2 to 3 hours to go do little extra work, and then obviously the weekends, especially when I was in school, was filled with work. Now I work most of the time all day Saturdays and try and get as many Sundays as I can off, just to relax a little bit.
So speaking of relaxing, what is it that you normally do, or what did you like to do the most when you're not mowing lawns?
If it's hunting season, hunting. I went duck hunting this morning.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting.
That must have been cold, boy.
A little bit.
Woo!
It's a little bit cold. I mean, when I'm not working, it's normally dark, so it's kind of trying to find something to do. I'm a guitarist, so I do play guitar, so occasionally I'll go up to the guitar stores and look around, see what's new there, figure out how to spend my hard-earned money.
Nice.
Most of the time, I mean, I've got friends all over the place. They've always got something. I've got friends who are mechanics, so we'll all go, be at somebody's shop somewhere, working on something or whatever, and killing time and maybe getting into a little trouble.
Nice. So
Not too major.
so hunting, music, a little bit of trouble. That's cool.
Every teenager's dream.
Yeah, yeah. What were some of your goals? I mean, if you had any, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
Yeah.
you were young starting out, your goal might have just been, I just want to mow lawns and make some money, but what were your goals then, and then compare to what they are now?
I just want to mow lawns and make money, and now kind of seeing what I made last year financially wise and what I made this year, it was sort of in that 50% more than what I made the previous, or 50% of my profit from last year was added on to what I made this year. So if I can kind of keep that between 40 and 50% more every year income, I'll be happy. And obviously just kind of keep up with everything, make sure, stay communication, because I have learned that's the one most important key. It doesn't matter if you can't make it where you said you would be, as long as you call and tell somebody, hey, I can't make it today, here's when works for me, is this okay? And most of the time they'll be okay with it. So that's one thing I have learned. If you make sure you respond to your phone calls and text messages, and as soon as you can, check your email every day. I have a tendency to not do that, and sometimes I miss opportunities. So just communication is the one thing I have learned that's really key to, especially doing this, working with people. You obviously have to have good communication skills. So
Yeah. So what's the one thing that you would say, like in closing, what's the one thing you would tell another young adult, another guy,
somebody my age, or maybe a little
your
younger.
age, yeah, a little younger, a little older, but yeah, your age and younger, like what advice or tip would you give them?
I mean, it's hard to find the work. There's plenty of work out there. Don't go undercut yourself just to get work, because it will bite you in the rear end at some point. You'll have stuff start breaking, and how are you going to pay for it if you're charging $25 for a yard you should be charging $40 for? And it just keep, like I said, communication, don't undercut yourself. And those are the two main things that I have learned. Learn to say no. That's one thing especially that I need to even work on. Turn down work. If you're too busy to do it, say no. Don't be scared. More work will come. You just have to learn to say no when you are too busy. That's come and bite me in the rear end a few times. Been there, done that. But yeah, like I said, just don't undercut yourself. Learn how to say no, and communication especially are the three main things to not just running a lawn care business, but running a business in general. And I'm also taking classes at the local community college for business, so they're just kind of some little tips and tricks and things that I learned in the business class. So
Education too is key, right? Just
yeah.
Keep on growing with that. That's awesome, man.
And I mean, you definitely want to know what you're doing. Don't be afraid to ask somebody.
Nice.
Find a mentor would be the best option. Somebody that you can call and say, hey, somebody said this, and I was wondering somebody in your field of work, maybe that you're friends with. I've got a few friends of mine who do this too. We all work together, and even sometimes we'll say, hey, I'm behind, can you come help me, or can you come do this for me? And it just works back and forth, and make good relationships, and it'll all be all right. It's not about competition, it's about networking.
Yeah, definitely. So one more bonus rapid fire question. In 2 minutes or less, what has social media done for you? Like personal, business, both? Business-wise,
I mean, definitely word of mouth helps. And I mean, even then, it's just by word of mouth, I mean people sharing posts. I have a business Facebook page. I don't update as frequently as I should, but a lot of people will contact me, and I'll put ads out on like the local yard sale pages and stuff like that in the spring, and periodically throughout whenever, especially if I have room in the work schedule, I could say Will's Lawn Service is searching for new whatever customers, for whatever the service may be. And yeah, just social media has been a really positive influence. It's a really good networking, especially with a lot of the Facebook groups to go on and say, hey, I'm having a problem with this. Has anybody else had this? What's a solution? Or, hey, I'm looking at this job. I've never done something like this before. Can anybody give me some pointers? So it's all social media networking, whatever you want to call it, has been
Definitely.
it definitely helps. So keep engaged on social media, especially with your business pages, and it's a great way to build your business. More and more people are joining social media every day. So, and it's easy. It's free advertisement. So, for the most part.
Definitely. Well, thanks for having me, man.
Not a
This is
problem.
awesome. I appreciate it. And,
Not a problem.
It's time to get warmed up, I think.
Oh yeah, it's a little cold out here.
All right.
Got to get ready for the snow.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and add the playlist to your library for future episodes.